Alright guys, present time. Gonna have a go at building a Bitcoin mining rig here. I haven't really got much of a clue what all this stuff is. Hopefully this guy has.
Well, I'm sure we'll muddle our way through, boy.
But basically guys, at the moment where Bitcoin's quite expensive, all this gear should pay for itself in 4 months. And then from then on in, it should all be profit. So, we got a Celeron, is it Celeron? Celeron processor. You've got a PYE hard disk. We've got 8 gigabolic RAMs. We got Corsair power supplies, ASRock Bitcoin motherboard, and some gaming graphic cards, but we're not going to use them for gaming. Alright guys, want to make some extra cash so you can buy more toys, quit your job, go on more holidays, or maybe build a monster truck? I've got you covered. Check out my course in the description and I'll show you how to make 100k profit a year. Alright guys, so these are the babies that make the Bitcoins. So the more of these that you got, the more Bitcoins you can make. And what that means is more money in your bank. That's what we're looking for, guys. So we've got 4 of these puppies. But if you look on this thing here, apparently we can rack up 13 of these things on here. So that should make quite a lot of Bitcoins. By the way guys, if you're a professional PC guy, then don't laugh, I've never done this before. Right, so this thing, I'm guessing, goes in here. Is it that way? How's that? Does it matter what one it goes in, Stem? Got 2 holes, isn't it?
It's only can go one way.
Yeah, but does it matter what one?
No, well, it's got the primary one.
Which is what?
Don't know. I've not heard of a manual.
Alright, so we've got a manual here, got a CD. We've got to figure out where we're going to put some of this stuff. And guys, look. Oh, guys, look. Look. Surely you don't need all that. Alright, so Stem said we've got to put it into the primary one, which he's guessing is what one?
First one.
What, this one?
Yeah.
Well, do you have to do something here? Ah, ha, ha, it's open. It's open, boys. Is that it? That ain't.
Push in.
It's feel fragile, doesn't it, this stuff? Yeah. Alright, so we got that in there. Next, we got to put in our processor thing. And that goes in here. How do you get this thing open, Stem? How do you open this thing?
Just flip the pin out.
Oh, glad someone's an expert. Alright. And then that goes in there, obviously. I'll take it. Which way around does it go in, Stem?
Hey?
Which way around does it go in?
Anyway.
What? Like that?
No, that doesn't match up underneath, does it?
Is that a little notch there? Is that it?
That's it.
And then now what?
Flip the lid.
Oh, let me do. I've got to learn, man. Alright, flip the lid.
Take that off.
Take what off?
That cover.
What cover?
That black thing.
Oh, that's protection.
Yeah.
Alright. Aha! Right, is that right? Push that down?
Yeah.
Feels like you're going to break something.
No.
And then that. Is that it?
One.
Right, we're in, boys. We're in. Alright, next we got this fan thing to go on top. And how does it go on? Does it just push on? Is that where it plugs in here?
Yeah.
Sort of like that?
Yeah.
Does it matter what way or not?
No, just make sure there's enough So the cord don't get sucked into the fan.
Alright then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Push in.
What, these?
Mm.
Oh, I feel scared, man. It's going to break. Ooh, that's damaging.
That's it. We're in.
Alright, we got that bit on, guys. Check it out. Professional PC builders in the house. Alright, so next we're going to wire up this hard drive thingy-majig. And that goes... That goes... I haven't got a clue, guys, where he goes, actually. Stemp. Alright, I just got rescued by Stemp. So we got this cable here that come in with the package of the board. And what way round did it go? Or can it only go one way? Ah, we're on. And then this bit must go... Stemp? Where does that go in here? Alright, so that's that. Alright, we're in, boys. We're in. Alright, the reason we went for these cards, guys, because I think they give the best bang for buck. Because apparently you want to find something that's got a low wattage and can mine a lot of coins. Alright, so we got a few more bits plugged in now. Just trying to figure out how we can power it up.
Yeah. Like that.
Oh, them too, like that?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
We're on.
Come on, guys. Alright, guys, it's another day. Just had a box turn up from Amazon. We've got these little riser things, I think they're called. And what the idea of that is because these cards here, obviously there's not enough room to stack them all along here. So you get these like extension lead things. And I've already wired two up. Let me just wire another one up on camera for you guys. Alright, so they come in a packet like this. You get a couple of the circuit boards and a couple of leads. Yeah, what's going on there? And I think this one's a power cable. And then you got this lead here. Like USB cable that joins the two together. So that goes on there. That goes on there. This goes on there. And then that plugs in up here. And then that plugs in there. Like that. And I've got 4 cards to start with, guys. So I'm going to do another one and plug that in there. And then we can actually fill this bad boy up eventually. And have 13 of these things running all at the same time. And this end here, I think there's a harness that goes to that. Where you can join, I think, 2 of these together. Then that'll go over to our power supply. So you've got to bear with me, guys. I'm new to all this stuff. I haven't really got a clue what I'm doing. I'm just figuring it out as I'm going along. And then another thing that turned up is a power lead. We had to short these 2 out yesterday to get it to work. So now we've got a pop on off switch. Alright, so I've got all 4 risers wired up at the minute. And then there's this sack thing here that came with the power supplies. It's got all these leads in there. And one of them is one of these things here. And you can plug loads of different power things into it all the way along. And then this end here, I think, must go to the power supply. And I've watched a YouTube video and somebody said, don't plug more than 2 into each one, because otherwise you can burn this plug here out. So... Alright, so we're going to start off with these 2 here. I'll do the ones closest to the camera first. So we start off with these 2. We should be able to. Alright, so we've got these 2 wired up like this. And then this end here, I think can go into our power supply somewhere. So I've just plugged that into there, guys. Alright, so that's pretty much all wired up. I think next we're going to have to cut a base and something just to mount all this stuff. Alright, so I think for the base, I'm going to use a bit of this shelf wood here. We can cut that in half and get 2 bases out of that. And then we got these beams here to make a little framework up to mount the rest of it on. Alright, so I've pretty much got most of it all mounted up. Got to mount a couple of things. I mean, I think I'm just going to hot glue this onto here. Switch, I'll just hot glue that down somewhere. Cable tie some of these cables up a little bit, tidy it up. Alright, so we powered up. Next we've got to find a way of putting the monitor into this thing and the mouse and the keyboard. Well, that's easy, that's just your USBs. But I haven't got a monitor with this thing on here, whatever that connection's called. I found this adapter thing, but I don't know if you can see that in there. That's got four little pins around there, and on here it hasn't, so that's stopping it from going in. So I've got to find a way of plugging that on there. Then I've got this cable here I can plug into there, and that into my monitor, and hopefully that should do something. Alright guys, forgot to do a bit of filming about this installation stuff here, but we had troubles getting it all working with all the cards plugged up on these riser things. So we took the card off, chucked it straight onto the board, and managed to get the old Windows installed. Got the old Bitcoin mining program on there, and now I've got to take it all apart again and try and get it to work with all these chips plugged into here. Alright guys, so we got this thing up and running now. We couldn't get this port here to work. We had an adapter to go to a VGA cable, but that didn't work at all. So what we ended up doing is just plugging a HDMI cable into the back of one of these cards, and that didn't work neither. So we took the card off and mounted the card directly on the board, and that actually made it power on. So we installed Windows, then we installed this Firestorm thing, and the drivers for the graphic cards, and then I took that card off of the board, put these riser things in between. So alright, that's all up and running, and I've got this watt meter here because obviously we want to be making more bitcoins than what we're using electricity, and with nothing running at the moment we're on 84 watts roughly. Alright, so I've downloaded this nicehash. Again guys, I haven't got a clue with this stuff. I'm learning, I'm a complete newbie. Up until 2 or 3 days ago I didn't even know what a bloody motherboard was. So I've managed to get this thing up and running and working and mining bitcoins. So I don't know, I think considering I haven't got a clue, I'm going to give myself a pat on the back guys. Alright, so I've got this thing mining here, look. But it's not bringing in as much money as I would have hoped, guys. I mean, when I first looked at all this, I was under sort of the impression that you get your money back in sort of 3 to 4 months. But I've done a bit of maths, And this thing here is estimating that I'm going to make about £4.50 to £5 a day. Yesterday was a little bit higher, I was on £5. And if you come up here now, you can see that the watts have gone up. And that was actually on 1,000 watt yesterday, so I don't know what's going on here now. That was running 1,000 watt yesterday. I was having troubles getting all of the graphic cards to work originally, because actually some of these guys, a lot of these come dodgy out of the factory, and we had to play about a bit, and the problem was that 2 of these are faulty out of the 6 that came in the packet, and it took a bit of messing around, sort of going through them and knowing which one's not working. But we got that to work, and you can see if you go to device manager, display adapters, you can see there that all 4 of our cards are working, and the other day they weren't. So at the moment, that thinks I'm going to averagely earn about £4.50 a day, and at the amount of wattage that I'm using, I've worked it out, that's going to be costing me about £2 a day in electricity. So I'm making £2.50 a day. And guys, that's pretty crappy if you think about it, right? This whole setup cost me, hold on, let's turn that on. The whole setup cost me about £2,200. And if you divide that by 2.5, you know, £2.50 a day, which I'm making profit, that's going to take me 880 days just to break even. If I worked it out right. Did I work that out right, guys? Let's work it out the other way. So if I'm making £2.50 a day, and we times that by 365 days a year, that's only making me £912 a year. So it's going to take me more than 2 years just to get my money back from what I paid for all this lot. And that can't be right, can it, guys? Can it be right? I mean, to me, to break even in 2 years' time, and by which point these cards are probably burnt out by then, you know, running at 100% for bloody 2 years on a row. So I really cannot see how there's any sort of gain in doing this, guys, unless I'm doing something wrong. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this video up, guys. It's probably too long anyway. Most of you guys have probably clicked away. If you got to this point, give me a high five in the comments just to let me know that you're a loyal follower and that you actually stuck with me through this painful journey of trying to get a Bitcoin mining machine to work. So, alright guys, if you can give us any tips, greatly appreciated. If not, thanks for watching anyway. See you soon. Actually, one last thing, guys, just to try and help you guys out if you ever try and build one of these rigs. The main board what I've got is a ASRock H110 Pro Bitcoin board. And we had troubles wiring up to start with, probably because we haven't got a clue what we're doing. But anyway, just in case it helps any one of you guys, you have to wire this plug up here. Apparently that's your processor wire. It won't work if you don't wire this in. And that goes to the power supply. And you have to wire these 2 leads in. I don't know what they're for, but you have to wire them up. This lead will come with your power supply, hopefully, if you bought the right one. And again, that lead goes back into your power supply. 6-pin thing there into these block things there. What else you got to wire up? Hard drive wired into the back there. Is that the hard drive? Yep, I've got my hard drives hot glued up on here. And that wire goes into this thing here. That's my hard drive. The RAM chip is in the slot closest to the fan. Obviously you've got this big power cable that has to go to your power supply as well. And to power this thing on, let me just move that board round so you can see. It was all a bit tight. Don't know if you can see that. But these 2 pins, it will tell you in the instructions anyway, that's what turns the board on. And I've just got this push button switch here, what turns that on and off. But if you're missing that switch, you can just touch the 2 pins together with a screwdriver, and then that will come on. And these things here, guys, we'll be having troubles with these. These are so wobbly and finicky that sometimes if it's not picking up a card, you have to wobble these about a bit and play about with these. Alright guys, that's really it now.